Have you ever gone to a government office and been finished with your paperwork in, say, 5 minutes? Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, welcome to South Korea, where administrative services are so unbelievably fast, they honestly feel like real magic. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this incredible system.
Yeah, that's pretty much the number one thing you'll hear foreigners say the first time they visit a local community center or an immigration office here. It's this wild mix of shock, a little bit of confusion, and just genuine awe. So what in the world is the secret behind this administrative superpower?
I mean, it sounds kind of impossible, doesn't it? But here in Korea, that's pretty much the reality. We're going to break down exactly how this hyper-efficient system works, and more importantly, how you can make it work for you.
Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our roadmap. We'll start with a 5-minute miracle itself, then dig into the cultural roots, get you set up with the essential digital tools, check out some real-world stories, see how it affects businesses, and wrap it all up with your very own cheat sheet.
First things first, the 5-minute miracle. And look, I'm not exaggerating. This is the standard for tasks that, let's be honest, could take hours or even days back home. Getting a document, renewing a license, it all happens at a speed that just blows newcomers away.
So where does all this speed come from? How is this even possible? Well, to get it, you really have to understand the culture. The whole system is basically built on one single, super powerful concept.
It's called Pali-Pali. Now that directly translates to hurry, hurry, but it's so much more than that. It is a deep-seated part of the cultural DNA. It's this obsession with getting things done efficiently, from hitting the close button on an elevator a dozen times to expecting instant service everywhere. And that mindset absolutely demanded a government that could keep up.
So what happens when you take that cultural impatience and you combine it with one of the world's most advanced digital infrastructures? Well, you get a national e-government system, a true digital highway. In this system, making a citizen wait is basically seen as a failure of service. Efficiency isn't just a goal, it's the absolute baseline.
So how do you tap into this power? It all starts with your digital toolbox. Let's go over the essential spells. These are the key services you have to know to make your life in Korea seamless.
Your very first spell gets cast the second you land at the airport. You can forget about those super long immigration lines. The Smart Entry Service, or SES, is a total game changer for registered residents.
Just look at that number. 10 seconds. That's the average time it takes to clear immigration using the automated SES gates. Seriously, you scan your passport, you scan your fingerprint, and you are through. It's your first real taste of that K-admin magic.
All right, next up in your toolbox is the Hi Korea website. This is your go-to online portal for, well, everything. Think of it as the digital front door for all immigration and residency stuff, and it's designed specifically to keep you from waiting in line when you don't have to.
Okay, here's the golden rule. Before you ever think about going to an immigration office, you go to Hi Korea first. Booking your appointment online is the single most important step. It can literally cut your physical waiting time by up to 80%. And for a lot of things, like visa extensions, you can do the whole process without ever leaving your house.
But what if you need an official document, like right now? That's where Gov24, the government's 24/7 online portal, and its real-world partners, the civil service kiosks, come in. They literally bring government services right into your daily life.
These kiosks are basically magic boxes. I'm not kidding. You'll find them in subway stations, shopping malls, even hospitals. You just walk up, pick the document you need, scan your fingerprint to prove it's you, and it prints out in about a minute. No office hours, no lines, zero hassle.
Now, the final tool in our kit might be the most futuristic one. It's called Gubbi, and it's a proactive digital assistant that's basically your personal government secretary. It doesn't wait for you to ask. It tells you what you need to know before you even know you need it.
Gubbi sends you these crucial reminders for things like paying taxes, getting your national health checkup, or even traffic fines. And it sends them right to your phone through apps you already use, like KakaoTalk. It makes sure you never miss an important deadline just because you forgot.
Okay, so all of these tools sound amazing in theory, but what does this speed actually feel like in the real world? Let's look at a couple of stories from foreigners who've experienced it firsthand.
This probably looks painfully familiar to a lot of you. In Germany, Lucas talks about waiting weeks just to get an appointment. In the US, Sarah says that replacing a lost license can basically eat up your entire day. We've all been there, right? Now, let's compare that to what happened to them in Korea. Lucas's weeks of waiting turned into 5 minutes. Sarah's all-day ordeal was over and done with in less than 10. That isn't just a small improvement, it is a completely different reality.
But the ultimate example of all this speed? Entrepreneurship. If you think getting your personal admin stuff done is fast, just wait until you see how quickly you can start a whole business.
In so many countries, registering a business is this bureaucratic nightmare that can take weeks, maybe even months. In Korea, you go to the HomeTax website, you can apply online, and assuming there are no major issues, get your official business registration certificate the very same day. This isn't just about convenience, it's a huge part of the country's economic engine. The system is designed to just get rid of the friction and turn an idea into a real, operating business at the speed of thought.
Okay, so we've covered the culture, we've got the tools, and we've seen the mind-blowing results. Now let's put it all together into a practical cheat sheet that you can actually use. Right, so if you absolutely have to visit an office in person, here's your 5-minute strategy. First, the second you walk in, grab a number ticket. While you wait, have your alien registration card, your ARC, out and ready to go. Every window takes cards and mobile pay, so don't worry about cash. And remember, if the line looks crazy long, there's probably a kiosk nearby that can do the same thing even faster.
So let's just recap the 5 keys to unlocking K-admin speed. You've got SES for the airport, Hi Korea for all your appointments, the kiosks for instant documents, Gov24 for doing things at home, and Gubbi so you never forget anything. You master these 5 things, and you've mastered the whole system.
The first few times you experience this, it can feel really weird. You might even feel like you did something wrong because it was all over so quickly. So just remember this, you're not slow, the system just has a superpower. Learn how to use it, and it will make your life here incredibly easy.
And that kind of leaves